So the next section that we want to talk about is modernizing, protecting this infrastructure. And I think we're going to focus more on modernizing, but so I'll start with protecting. And again, for sake of time, we are collapsing a conversation point so that we can focus on kind of what's new versus what I think most of you probably have a solid understanding of. Our product portfolio allows us to provide end-to-end data protection for VMware and VMware Cloud Foundation deployments. This includes the ability to take instant VM level snapshots and recover VMs and virtual disks inside of vCenter, whether they're on VMFS or on vVols. We support VMware Site Recovery Manager, or SRA, for orchestrated disaster recovery failover, as well as being able to do tests, right, non-disruptive tests of those failover runbooks. We have a zero RTO configuration that we can deploy, which is vSphere Metro Storage clustering on our ActiveCluster. That allows you to span a deployment across a metro area and have no recovery time required due to any failure, whether it's host, cluster, or site. Obviously, we can combine those last 2 points, the vMSC on ActiveCluster with SRM and our replication, so that customers can have a highly available geo or metro deployment and can extend it to an orchestrated DR across long distance. We also provide a couple of things that you may not know of, but we provide CloudSnap, which will offload VM snapshots that are created in vCenter and allow you to store those either on a extra NFS storage or S3, whether on-prem or in the cloud, so that if you want to put a long-term retention around those recovery points. And then last but not least is one of our newer joint offerings in the market is called FlashRecover, powered by Cohesity. This is Cohesity software on Pure Storage hardware and is currently in directed availability and is coming to GA in the near term. We believe across this portfolio, we can provide data protection and business continuance through every possible deployment and customer requirement through our portfolio. But
the Cohesity, did you say that actually runs on the Pure hardware? I thought that required a separate server that ran the Cohesity software.
Yeah, so Cohesity binaries run on servers that are provided for us. The storage architecture, though, is no longer your HCI disaggregated architecture. The compute is just providing the Cohesity services and obviously is processing the I/O. And then on the back end, it's our FlashBlade. And so what we're bringing to bear for Cohesity customers is shorter backup windows, exponentially faster recovery times, which we call rapid restore, as well as a last line of defense against cyber in what we call safe mode, meaning the backup data that is stored is actually immutable and has no public interfaces for a hacker to be able to access.
Sure. All good, but it doesn't. You don't actually run the Cohesity. Like, I don't load it onto a FlashBlade.
Yeah,
I have a server there. I just wanted to check on that because it would be cool if I could, but I didn't think that was possible yet.
Yeah. I could have been more clear in how I stated that. So thank you for clarifying.
Right. A quick question from me as well. So if we look at, say, number 2, does that mean that you basically have a VRA that works with SRM, or is it the SRM product bundled in or made available? Which one of the two is it?
Yeah, so our SRA is built into our arrays. And we work with SRM, right? So the customer needs SRM. We're not providing a replacement for SRM.
Right. So I mean, this number 2 basically means that it's compatible with SRM and you can use SRM transparently.
Yes, you can use SRM and all the SRM non-disruptive testing capabilities as well to make sure that your DR runbooks can execute. Because as you know, right, part of the runbook is that you bring your infrastructure up in the appropriate order.
Right. So, okay.